Hi, this is Dr. Jim Fazone. I'm here with Gary Mattia, and you are in the principal's office.
Hello, this is Dr. Jim Fazone. I am the principal of the SciPEC Center. I'm here with Gary Mattia. He's the principal of the Assiping Center, and our producer and director, Nick Sikowski, is here. And we welcome you again to the principal's office. Today, in the principal's office, we are going to be going over some more safety tips. Now, the safety tips seem to change. We get new research from the CDC, and then much of that information goes out to the local boards of health, and then to the Board of Education, and then to the superintendent, down the line to the teachers and the students. What we want to do today is give an update, because a lot of the information has changed. But this is based, the information that Mr. Mattia has, the list he always has every week. But for this week, it's including up-to-date information for safety as we move forward toward the holiday and as we move forward in the year. Mr. Mattia, how's that list looking today?
Well, it's a pretty long list today, Dr. Fazone. We're going to go through some of the things. Some of this we already heard and we already know, but it's always good to discuss it a second time, because all these things are very, very important. So I'm going to go over those with you and make sure that even if you heard it a first time, you're going to hear it a second or third time. First, we're going to start with holiday gatherings. This is something that's pretty important now. And then rules for this say, if possible, limit indoor gatherings to individuals that reside inside the immediate household for seasonal celebrations. Consider live streaming celebrations and events so that it can be viewed safely by others in the family. Also, persons who have been told to quarantine or isolate should not be attending any gatherings, regardless of whether it's held indoors or outdoors. You have to follow the necessary procedures for quarantining, and you really cannot change those. You have to follow them. Another thing is small gatherings should be limited to immediate household members as much as possible. Current indoor gathering limits are no more than 10 people, with some exceptions, but let's stick with the 10 people. If you're having dinner or food served, utilize single serving, dishes and cups and plates and utensils. That way, the number of people who touch common items will be way down. When you're done with those utensils and cups and plates, you could just simply throw them in the garbage. Make hand sanitizer at least 60% alcohol available for all to use. Seating arrangements should encourage social distance by maintaining that 6 feet between individuals who are not of the same of the same household. Guests should wear masks when not eating and drinking at all times. If you're attending a holiday, a parade, or organizing such a parade, remember to limit the attendance in person and consider live streaming that parade to other people. Children should not be, this year, permitted to sit on Santa's lap at any time. And I know some of the areas like the malls and stuff where they have Santa have come up with things like plexiglass shields to allow Santa to be stationed behind that to protect and be safe for our children. Choirs and caroling are also considered a increased risk and transmission for COVID-19. So please be careful when you're considering those activities as well. Traveling outside of your home should be limited. This traveling to and from other places is when we increase the probability of having these issues. And just some bullets. Masks should be worn at all time. Shopping, eating, at gatherings where you're eating, except of course when you're eating. Hand sanitizer containing at least 60% alcohol should be made available at multiple stations throughout. Consider offering reservations for a limited number of individuals if you're having a party or something to reduce crowds. Remember, the limit indoors is only 10 people. Outdoor food stands must observe all these same outdoor dining guidance issues that everyone else has to obtain. So, by these are some important things to remember. I think that we could still have some great holiday gatherings if we carefully follow these rules over the holidays coming up. Dr. Fazone?
Yeah, that was a great list, Mr. Mattia. And then I think there are some things we can do individually, excuse me, to celebrate the holidays. And I like to watch some of the things on television that I watched when I was a kid. Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman. They were great cartoons. The Grinch.
Christmas Story.
And, A Christmas Story. There you go. Excuse me. White Christmas. Also a good movie that I liked. One of my favorites is an old black and white, The Honeymooners. I don't even think I don't think Mr. Sikowski even remembers The Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason and Art Carney and Audrey Meadows and Joyce Randolph. But my favorite was the Christmas Story they had. They did the old Gift of the Magi. Remember the Gift of the Magi, where they each give each other a present, but they have to sell the present that goes along with. I'm not going to say more of the Gift of the Magi. In fact, that's something someone could read. Look up the Gift of the Magi. Something interesting to read. But for Ralph, he had a bowling ball and he wanted a bag. She got him a bag, but he hawked the bowling ball. Just a good story. But whatever you do, we want you to follow these rules. I think we're getting closer to being safer, getting back to what we would have called normal in the past. But in the meantime, we want to follow these rules that you mentioned today. Stay safe. Enjoy the holidays. A book, a movie, an old cartoon. Enjoy the holidays and give virtual hugs to your family if you don't see them. You can kind of do one of these things here, and we will see you probably. Do we have anything else? Anything else? Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I think that's about it today. We're going to focus on that today.
All right.
And
so,
all
right, so we're good. So for Mr. Mattia and also Mr. Sikowski, I'm Jim Fazone, and we will see you next week in the principal's office. Bye-bye.